Okay, so I wanted to make a little ambiance of Halloween since it's like right around the corner when I'm filming this. So anyway, this video is kind of just a look at all the e-readers I have and act as maybe like a reference for anyone looking to buy a e-reader this coming holiday since it's right around the corner pretty much. Black Friday, Christmas, all the deals are about to be activated and people are going to be like a little overwhelmed or like not sure what to get or if they should just go with the cheapest one or just go with the most well-known one of Kindle. So this I just want this video to act as kind of like a buying guide for anyone out there who's curious about e-readers. So the first one is the oh my god, I already messed up. The first one is the Nook Glowlight 4. This is the base model. This is about the same size as a Kindle Basic. The only other difference is that the bezels here on the Nook are uniform, whereas on the Kindle Basic, the left and right are a lot slimmer and the bottom is a lot thicker. So for the Kindle Basic, it's a little bit easier to hold in the hand, but the Nook is a lot more uniform because it has buttons here. You could see it has buttons on both sides. So they need that extra room on both the left and right sides. And then for further reference, there is a Nook Glowlight Plus, Nook Glowlight 4 Plus, sorry. That is about the same size as your Kindle Paperwhite. So they have two versions. Barnes & Noble has two versions. A basic size Glowlight 4, which is this one, and then a larger size, which is about the size of the Kindle Paperwhite, for anyone interested in bigger e-readers and not so much as more portable ones. So the pros of this that I really would recommend to the average or to the new e-reader is its small portable size, being super light, having buttons on both sides for anyone who's come from like a Kindle Oasis or maybe a Kobo or the old school Kindles from long time ago that had buttons. You will find this very comfortable to hold. You could kind of hold it like this when you're in bed, and when you flip to the other side, you could hold it like this. It has a physical home button here. Another good thing is that the power button is on the top instead of the bottom, like on Kindles, where if you're kind of like putting it on your desk and you want to read from there, you have the accidental power button to hold it down to turn off the Kindle, to accidentally restart it because you don't know that you're pressing it down. So these are the little bit pros. Also, the price of these. I got mine for about, I believe, no more than 70 bucks used. And it came in pretty good shape. I just decorated it with a little bit of stickers. I added a bunch of stuff. I added a pop socket magnet back here. Popped it back on. And for my small hands, it is very comfortable to use. As you can see, I added stickers to the top buttons here, just to have some kind of tactile feel when I'm reading in the dark, and I want to be able to know which button I'm pressing. So I guess that is kind of like a pro and a con for the buttons, is that the pro is that they're here, but the con is that they're so like flush in the bezels. You can't really tell which one you're pressing. The Kindle Oasis, if anyone remembers, the buttons were a little bit protruding from the side, so it was a lot easier to press on that. Also, another pro is that being so cheap and kind of like a direct competitor to the Kindle Basic is that this one has warm light, whereas the Kindle Basic doesn't. The only problem with the Glowlight is another con is that its operating system is a little bit slow compared to the Kindles. So this is our brightness and our warm light. So I'm going to turn it up all the way. Obviously there is no warm light when you go turn the brightness down, but this is full brightness, full warm light. And this is full brightness, no warm light. So it's pretty nice. It's I think that was one of the big drawing points for me, is having that warm light, because when I do read at night, it's very uncomfortable for my eyes to have that blue light. And I always liked the size of the Kindle Basic, but not having the warm light, it was a real, yeah, it was a real con for me, and that's why I kind of sold it and turned to this instead. So the home button takes you straight back to, and you could kind of see how laggy it is. It's not the worst thing. And then you could see I'm connected to Wi-Fi, but then it says, looks like you're offline. So it's like little small operating system things down here. Take a little bit longer to load, to know that you're connected to Wi-Fi. And then I get this error, and then I just close it, and then it kind of tries again. So if you're someone that just, I mean, if you take like the time to browse through the eShop, to browse through your library as much as possible, you're probably going to find yourself a little irritated with the lag on this, and yeah, all of that. So, oh, I feel like should I blur this out? I don't know if I need to blur out my Wi-Fi, but I will, maybe just in case. I don't know if anyone could do it across, I don't know. What am I saying? But anyway, so this is the Nook. Very slim. It's kind of like, it feels like a little cheap plastic, but I kind of like that because if you drop it or something, nothing's going to happen to it. You might get a little tiny scratch or something. I dropped this thing plenty of times. It's nothing big about the, nothing happened to the screen. You could see this little dingy right here, and that's pretty much it. One of the other things I really like about this is that, and this is probably a pro and con of the Kindle Paperwhite, is this one isn't flush on the screen. It's also doesn't have as big a gap as the Kindle Basic, where a lot of dust and grime get in here. So it's kind of a perfect screen here. That it's not super fingerprint prone, grime and grudge. What is it? It's not grudge. I'm thinking of a different word. So yeah, it's super easy to clean, and yeah, you could see I just cleaned this part with my thumb, and it's kind of, the smudges are all the way. Smudge, not grudge. But yeah, this is it. This is the Nook Glowlight 4. They just recently announced that they are releasing, it ships out on December 1st, a Nook Glowlight 4 Teal Edition, and let me show that. So this is coming out in early December. I pre-ordered mine. I'm going to check it out just so people out there could see, but you could see that the new Glowlight 4 is $150 directly from Barnes & Noble themselves, but you could easily get one off of eBay for like a third of that price, or even like your local Craigslist or OfferUp. Definitely check it out if you're interested in Nook. Definitely buy used. I wouldn't recommend buying it new, just because, well, it is cheap right off the bat if you want a completely new device, but considering you could get one used for half, 75% off, I would say save your money and get it used. But this is the Teal Edition that I'm excited about. I'm going to do a little unboxing, try it out for a week. See if there's any difference in terms of operating system speed and performance, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same as what I have now on my black Nook Glowlight. But I'm just excited that they're doing something, because Nook is notoriously slow, or Barnes & Noble is notoriously slow for their Nook lineup of stuff. So, and there's like no fan base for the Nook, so there's not even any rumors as to if there's going to be a Glowlight 5. So yeah, that's another con for people out there who are interested in Barnes & Noble Nook, so that the ecosystem isn't really there. And for anyone out there who is a massive fan of Kindle Unlimited, just know that the Nook, the Nook doesn't really have any competition to that. There is no Kindle Unlimited on the Nook side, so, which is probably the biggest downside for me. But I don't really buy books that often anymore. So, and when I do, I just make sure to check out BookBub if anyone is not familiar with that. It's just an email service that you sign up for. You pick the genres that you're most interested in, and then every day you get an email saying what it could be, physical books or ebooks. I do ebooks, so every day I get an email with like $1, $2 horror books that I might be interested in buying over at the Barnes & Noble Nook eShop. So I use that primarily as my source of buying ebooks, because yeah, buying new ebooks for like 13, 14 bucks isn't really something that I'm interested in. I think it's a little bit of a ripoff because you're pretty much renting at a high price for that. So yeah, that's the Nook. I would say definitely for anyone out there, again, who is starting their journey as a e-reader, definitely check out the Nooks. I think it's, especially if you're one who doesn't want to support the Amazon brand, I think Nook is a good competitor. And just so everyone knows, I have zero experience with Kobo. I don't have any Kobo products, so unfortunately I can't talk about those products. But at the end of this video, I will be kind of going over new e-readers that are going to be coming out by the end of the year. I believe a lot of them are coming out within a month or so. Okay, so the next e-reader that I have and will recommend if you are already in the Kindle ecosystem, you have a huge ebook library, is the 2024 Kindle Paperwhite. This is the one with the wireless charging and a little bit upgraded specs internally. It's a little bit faster than your previous Paperwhite, and going on a year now. I believe it's like nearly a year, right? These released in November 2024, all the new Kindles. But yeah, it's still really fast. A thing that Kindle does really well is maintain their performance on their e-readers. I don't really have a slow Kindle. Even, I'm going to talk about later, my Kindle Scribe from 2022 still works perfectly fine. It's super fast, no lags, nothing. So, but this is the Paperwhite, and just to kind of begin, as you could see, the flush screen is a fingerprint magnet and a smudge magnet, which is a little bit annoying. I did have a screen protector on this that I was hopeful would curb the fingerprints and the smudges, but it kind of made it worse because it was a lot more glossy than this screen. So for people out there who are like, I don't really want something that has a lot of fingerprints on it, I have to clean every single day, yeah, this flush Paperwhite might not be for you. But everything else, I think it's a really nice device. It is a little bit, for people who have small hands like me, does get somewhat uncomfortable reading for long periods of time. Of course, if it's like in my lap or something, it doesn't really matter or anything. But when I'm in bed late at night and I'm reading, it does get like a little, it's frustrating. And this is why I really enjoy the buttons on the Kindle, the Nook glowlight, is that if I'm laying down on my right side and I'm holding the book up with my left hand, I kind of have to reach across the screen to do it. And then sometimes if it accidentally messes up, like my palm right here touches the screen first, then it goes back a page instead of forward. So why Kindle didn't put out a updated Kindle Oasis with buttons, I don't know. I don't know why they canceled the entire series of it. I have no idea. So I tend to find myself when I'm reading in bed with the Paperwhite is on my left side, where I'm having it in my right hand, and I could easily just press to move forward on the page here. Which is, a very, very minor inconvenience, but for people who want as much ease of use, and you have small hands like me, you're going to find yourself a little bit irritated by not being able to turn the page comfortably in all aspects of reading wherever you are. It's probably one of the reasons a lot of people like the Kindle Basics and been asking for the Basics to have warm light, which is probably one of the bigger complaints for the Basic. Because people are like, yeah, you put the warm light on the Kindle Basic, everyone's going to buy it, everyone's going to ignore the Paperwhite. So it's pretty obvious why they chose to keep it off the Kindle Basic for a really long time. And I don't see them doing it anytime soon, because it is like the biggest draw to an e-reader is having warm light. No one wants to read with blaring blue light in their face, and yeah, that warm light really does help. The older you get, your eyes just like get worse and worse. So let me show you guys how fast it turns on. And it's completely waking up because I haven't used this in quite a while. And then you want to go out. Pretty quick and loading the titles. The cover art. Not that bad. Again, Kindle has always been like really good in their operating systems and keeping their stuff up to date. Also, if you, I'll do a comparison right now. But the home screen of Kindles has always been really full of recommendations, and it's probably one of my more favorite things on the Kindle ecosystem, especially if like all you use is Kindle Unlimited. It has all these Kindle Unlimited books that I'm very interested in, and I'll probably put on my list once I end this recording. But it just kind of keeps going and going and going for recommendations. It makes it so you don't really have to put in a lot of work on finding your next read, which I think is a good thing. If you like an author or you like a story in a specific genre, next thing you know, next time you open up your Kindle, you'll find a bunch of books in the same style. And yeah, I think that's a good thing. So let me show you guys very quick again what the Kindle or the Nook has to offer. God, I'm mixing them up so much. Let me see if I could. Okay, so it loaded actually pretty fast this time. So let's see. And here it's the buttons could be used for up and down. If you're in the store browsing or on the home screen browsing. So let's see. Oops. Actually, no, it doesn't. I thought it did. Is this? So I'm pressing down on the left side, and then it takes me, so this is my library, so it takes me to the left. I press down and it takes me throughout the library. Oh, that's interesting. I never even noticed that. I always just assumed. Oh, well, I guess I learned something new today because I never did this before. So on the home screen we have my library that I have recommended for you, and I believe that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see how fast it is to go into the store. Could be faster, but again, it's very minuscule complaint, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be like, why is this not loading faster so I could look at books that I want to maybe buy. So now the buttons work properly going down. So this is just the full-on homepage right when you open up the store. And you can kind of see that it's not tailored to what I read. It's kind of like a Barnes & Noble storefront where you kind of get the most popular stuff right on the front instead of books that are specifically to my liking based on the books I've bought on Nook. And then you have the genres here if you want just like quick access to whatever genre you like. So that's the Nook store versus the Kindle store. I think if I have to give a point to either one, I think Kindle definitely wins here. I already forgot how to get to the store. Just because it is so it's so personalized, and I think that's a great thing for an e-reader. You just want to continue reading the things that you know you'll read instead of trying to look for it like on the Nook. So, and as you could see, it's still like lightning fast. The cover art is already there once I scroll down. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I have no problems with the Kindle ecosystem. I mean, the Kindle OS. I think it's pretty good. It's oh, why is it not working? Am I having my thumb? Oh, I guess you can't slide it. Why is it going down? Oh, weird. Okay. So yeah, so that's the Kindle Paperwhite 2024. This is it. This dang button on the back. In terms of battery life, unless you buy a super old Kindle that is already known to have, I mean, a super old ebook that already like has problems of battery issues, no matter what you choose, Kindle, Nook, you're going to be fine with battery life. Obviously, the Kindle Paperwhite lasts a lot longer than the Nook, considering this is probably like 2 to 3 years older than the Paperwhite, but both great battery life, at least a month to 2 months, depending on your usage. Okay, so the last one I have that I can recommend is the Kindle Scribe 2022. So this is the very first Scribe that came out. And the last time I checked, the price was between like 150 to 190. So if you're wanting to treat yourself to a giant Kindle for this holiday season, yeah, I would say go for the 2022 version. You're not missing out on anything. It's still blazing fast like usual. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I'll kind of quickly show you how fast it is. Again, you got the personalized homepage. Some of the books. Let's see how long it takes for the cover art to load. But this is kind of perfect, I think, for people who, in terms of just the e-reader type of person, not the student, not the writer, just a person who reads a lot. This will be very pleasing, especially if you read large books that like are at least 600, 700 pages. This will work really, really well. The only problem is you kind of have to find a system of where to use it most comfortably. Like when I'm in bed, I can't keep this to the side. It's a little bit too heavy to keep it to the side, and there's no way for me to reach like that far ahead on the right side of the screen or the middle of the screen where I can comfortably push to the next page. And then also, so you see that's taking a little bit long on this one to upload the cover art. Let's see what happens if I go up. Okay, so it looks like it loaded once I went up. Interesting. Okay. Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just like tricking myself. So you can see it's a little bit slower than what I just showed you on the Paperwhite. A lot of things obviously aren't loading, but for the most part, it is still pretty quickly responsive. Another downside to this one is that they stupidly put the power button on this side right here, which is most comfortable to hold on this side because the bezel is a little bit larger. And if you're holding it one hand in your lap, or I don't know, maybe on a train or a tram or something, this I've accidentally hit this plenty of times and I accidentally put it to sleep. It's a little annoying. I don't understand who the people are that keep making dumb decisions on where to put the power button on Kindles. Just put it on the top. Put it on the top right. I don't understand it. I seriously don't. Like, obviously you have this big bezel here. It's going to be most comfortable to hold because there's less mistake for you to touch this side of the screen. Whereas if you hold it like this, you have to be very aware of where your palm and your finger are, your thumb is. And this is just the obvious way people would hold this device. And yeah, for put not only the power button, but the charging port, the USB-C port. If you're charging it and you're reading this, like say in bed or something, or at your desk, and you got a cable kind of going through here, not only do you have to watch out for the power button accidentally hitting the power button, but also the cable right here. So like it's not that big. Again, all these complaints that I have, they're not that big of a deal. But when you actually come to these situations that it does get in the way, or you accidentally press the power button, then you're like, then it comes to your mind, like, why the heck did they decide to do this? So it's just a very small thing that's happened to me in the past. That's why I want to just like put it out there for anyone out there who is uh just wanting something that's a little bit more, or just majority easy to use and no problems. Oh shoot, maybe let me go back to the Paperwhite and do this, but I just want to show you guys the brightness. And you can see how responsive it is with the brightness and the warmth as compared to the Nook that was like a little bit jittery. So this is full brightness, full warmth. And this is off on both of them. Not bad. I usually have it around in this area, 13 and 13 or 14, 13, depending on the time of day and when the let me show you guys. Sometimes I like using the dark mode. I think it's kind of fun, a little bit new. Let me put up the brightness a little bit. The only problem is when you're in dark mode, it kind of gets a little bit like fuzzy. Oh, you could also see, can you see a little bit of the shoot, I forgot what it's called, but there's a black bar here from the picture on the previous page. Yeah, you can see right here, and you could kind of see it's there. Shoot, what is that called? Like a fade or something. I forgot what it's called, but you could see how the picture outline is still there. Let me see if it goes away if I put it to sleep and then turn it back on. Yeah, so now it's gone. But yeah, I really like the dark mode. I think it's just something new. It's easier on the eyes, especially at night or maybe early morning. But yeah, so this is it. This is the Kindle Scribe. Again, it is a little heavy. You have to find your perfect spot for using this. But overall, it's a really great device. If you are a student and you buy your textbooks on an eShop or even on the Kindle shop, highly recommend this. Save your money. You don't really need the new Kindle from 2024 or any of the 3 new ones that are going to be coming out hopefully by the end of this year. Which I'll talk about right now. But this is perfect for anyone. For writers, you have the notebook section, and then you could obviously do your writings on there. I've never used it. From the little bit that I did use, it works completely fine. It's a little bit slow in terms of responsiveness from the pen on the screen to what you write. Little laggy, but not the worst in the world. So this is a Kindle Scribe 2022 edition. Again, the battery on this is like pretty crazy. I haven't charged this thing in months. But again, also, I haven't really used this thing for more than like a few days at a time here and there for like the past 6 months. But yeah, it's on one charge and it's barely at 26%. So yeah. Okay, so let me show you guys all the new stuff that's happening. Oh wait, no, I want to show you, for anyone interested in just the brightness of the new Paperwhite. So that's full brightness, no warmth, full brightness, warmth. And again, this is kind of where I keep it at this is like the sweet spot here for me. And they have dark mode on this one as well. Let me just double check. I don't think there's dark mode on the Nook, but let me just double check because I never open a book for you. And again, you could kind of see it's a little bit slow to load. 3 dots are still there. It's loading. And this is just a sample. This is like a 30-page sample. So you could kind of get the idea of loading an entirely non-sample book. So let's see. So I don't think there is an option for dark mode here. Oops. Yeah, so there's no dark mode on here, just warmth and brightness. So if you're someone that really does like the dark mode, yeah, you'll be out of luck in terms of the Nook. Oh, before I get into the new Kindle scribes that are coming out, I guess the alternative version to your e-reader is just, you know, your physical book. I would recommend, if you are trying to save money though, definitely check out your local bookstores, especially if you have like not thrift books, a half price books in your area that sells only used books at a discounted price. I would check them out. Goodwill. And then you have your online shops called Thrift Books, bookshop.org, which directly helps your local bookshops. They get kind of like a cut of whatever books you buy online at bookshop.org. So definitely recommend that if you're a physical book person and you're just here to kind of look at the Kindle stuff and the Nook stuff and all the other e-reader stuff. You can't go wrong with your physical books. I would just say, just to kind of help the environment, to help local bookshops buy used. Okay, so these are the 3 new Kindle scribes that don't have a release date yet. They were actually announced a month ago, I believe in September, right? Mid-September, and they still don't have a release date. So the rumor is that they're just trying to get enough units without display issues, kind of like how there was this display, the yellow bar on the Kindle Color Soft of last year, and everyone returning it, and Kindle or Amazon having to come out and say sorry, blah blah blah. So I think now the rumor is, the thinking is that they're waiting for quality control to be up to par finally. You know, it's such an indie company like Amazon. So the first one, going from cheapest to most expensive, is Kindle Scribe without front light. So imagine the Kindles of way back when that didn't have any backlight whatsoever, no warm light. This is the Kindle Scribe version of it. And you could also see that the new kind of hardware of the Kindle Scribe is different. It's more uniform. There's no large bezel. And I think it's a little bit lighter. How lighter? I'm not entirely sure compared to the 2024 Scribe or the 2022 Scribe. Not entirely sure. But this is it, and a full look at it. Yeah, it does the same thing as any other Scribe. You could use the stylus to write, take notes, annotate, all that stuff. It's just that this is for people who maybe sit at a desk with a light on it, a lamp or a light overhead, a lamp at their desk, or they're sitting by a window. These are, that's for those people. This one is $4.29, and you could see coming soon. It's nothing. Also 16 gigabytes. Let me check mine. That seems very low, doesn't it? I mean, don't the Paperwhites come with like 32? I think my new Kindle Paperwhite signature edition. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is the signature edition. Sorry, I completely forgot about that until I just mentioned it right now. So let's see how much I have on my Kindle Scribe. Okay, so looking at my Kindle Scribe, I actually have, it comes with 12 gigabytes of storage. And I have 11.98 gigabytes free. So let me check my Paperwhite very quick. Okay, so my Kindle Paperwhite signature edition has 25.45 gigabytes, and I have 25 gigabytes available. So 16 gigabytes, so for it being possibly 3 to 4 years newer than my Kindle Paperwhite, my Kindle Scribe, and this having 12 gigabytes, and this is assuming that the 4 gigabytes aren't for operating system and all that stuff. So I'm gonna just assume that my Kindle Scribe has 12 gigabytes. I think it probably should be more, right? 16 gigabytes seems low for the price and no backlight. So, yeah, I think that might be a big con for people. I feel like, why am I spending 400? It's kind of in the trend of the thin phones where you're kind of spending more for less. So it seems like Amazon kind of took cue from that and wanted to try to see how successful it'll be with the consumer. So this one is for about $70 more at $4.99. This is the middle Kindle Scribe where it has the backlight and the warm light. Still the same size. I'm assuming the same weight as the Scribe with no backlight. And this one comes with 32 gigabytes. So they're kind of making it seem like if you buy this basic Kindle Scribe, you're getting like the bare minimum. So I think $329 would have been a good price for that, not $429, but who am I to say? And this one has a 64 gig option. It looks like it already has a price on there at $549. Let me see if it has an option on here. Okay, so it looks like the basic Kindle Scribe with no backlight or no front light is one size, 16 gigabyte. Whereas the middle Kindle Scribe, you could get it at 32 gigabytes or 64. I don't think anyone needs 64 gigabytes worth of storage for an ebook, but unless like you're a student, again, buying all your textbooks on there, then yeah, maybe it could eat up a lot of your storage. 32 might not be enough, but I don't know. I think it's I think it's very interesting what they're doing with the Kindle Scribe, having 3 versions. The third one being the Color Soft that I think a lot of people are interested in. And this comes with 32 gigabytes as well. Same size, I imagine the same weight. And it looks like it's only a $50 difference between 32 and 64. Okay, so what I could... So the middle Kindle Scribe... Oh no, it's about a $50 difference on both of them. It just looks like it's more because it's in the 500 region. Okay, so again, I think so the Kindle Scribe Color Soft is at 630. It starts at 630. When I tried out the Kindle Paperwhite Color Soft for a few days before returning it, I thought it was very neat. I thought it was very fun and unique. However, other than looking at cover art and having my lock screen be the colored cover art of the book that I was reading, I think beyond that, that's all I really liked the Color Soft for, and I guess used the Color Soft for. I don't highlight when I read. I don't take notes when I read, so that didn't really matter to me. Again, I think these Color Soft Kindles are primarily for students, because if they have like a chemistry book on their Color Soft, they have all the different colors of whatever they're trying to look at. A biology textbook, history textbook with paintings, kind of stuff like that. I think that'll work really well for students, but as just a reader of your basic books, no comics, no manga. Well, I think manga is always in black and white, isn't it? So I guess that doesn't really matter for Color Soft. Oh, my little Halloween display is like coming down. What was I saying? Yeah, so I think the Color Soft is a neat technology that I hope is in more products of more cheaper products down the line. But as of now, it seems like their primary goal is to make money. I don't think Kindle Scribe Color Soft is worth $630. I think that's way too much. I think they're asking way too much. Especially if that's the only drawing part. They should at least start it at 64 gigabytes. Maybe make it maybe more premium with the materials. I imagine it's the same materials of whatever glass and plastic that they have mixed in, or metal. My scribe has a metal backing to it, has a glass front to it. So if I drop this and crack it, I'm toast. So yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more incentives in terms of a $630 price tag. I don't know. I know for sure I'm gonna try this one out, the Kindle Scribe without the front light, because I primarily just want to see the weight difference and the size difference and the uniform bezels here. That's all pretty much what I'm looking for. I think my Kindle Scribe has like at least 5 more years left in it before maybe it's just a little too sluggish, if it even gets sluggish, or if something happens and the battery starts messing up, it doesn't last as long as it used to, then yeah, there is room for possible upgrade. But as of now, I don't see myself trading in or selling my Kindle Scribe for a newer one. I just want to test it out, see how the size, the weight is, and all of that. But yeah, I'm looking for, I don't know if I want to waste money on this just to try it out. I haven't really decided yet. It looks like their Fig version as of now only comes in 64 gigabytes. So you have to pay a little bit more to get that Fig version. And also people, obviously, if you have the 2024 Kindle Scribe, yeah, you're good to go for at least 10 years or close to it. And then also look, 64 gigabytes for $450. Whereas the new Kindle Scribe without front light is $430 for 16 gigabytes. So yeah, I think if you're looking for a Kindle e-reader for this holiday season, keep your eye out on this Kindle Scribe to see if this price goes down. If not, so this is the 16 gigabyte. It's $33.99 new. If this doesn't go down at all for Black Friday, Prime, holiday season, whatever they call it these days, definitely check out the original 2022 Kindle Scribe. You could easily get it for less than $200. Does it say what the size is? Okay, so this is 10.2 inches. All the newer Kindle Scribes are 11. So they're going to be pretty bigger, pretty big size difference. Let me see what mine is. Okay, so the original Kindle Scribe 2022 has a 10.2 inch screen. So it's the same size as the 2024 edition. So yeah, one of the bigger things, I guess now, one of the big differences, one of the appeals is the 11 inch. So you're getting about 0.8 inch more bigger screen. So that'll be another thing I look out for when I get my hands on this one, is the size difference. If it's really that much bigger, or if it's because it's now uniform on all sides, it doesn't seem that much bigger. Because I imagine it'll be like this, but if you take away this big old bezel here. That's how I'm thinking, and maybe it'll be a little bit taller. So okay, so I think I'll probably end it here. There's not really a lot of Nook rumors coming out. If you're interested in new Nooks, other than the teal one, that's pretty much all you have. I'm gonna put out a different video later this month, November, on all the rumored e-readers coming out from these big companies, Kindle, Nook, to smaller companies called Inkbook, I believe it's called. Yeah, just so everyone out there who maybe doesn't have time to research this stuff, I could kind of just put everything all in one video and kind of show everyone that. But as for now, let me know if any of these are of interest to you, and I could and you have any more questions about these 3 devices that I didn't really answer in the video. Yeah, definitely let me know in the comments. But yeah, anyone who thanks for watching. And my dog says hello. And this one doesn't like me, so he doesn't say nothing.